You don't need a stat or study to tell you that, usually, it takes ladies longer to reach a big, fat O than guys if it even comes at all. Thanks, biology. Whether it's because your mind keeps wandering or his hands do, finishing without, finishing can leave you and your partner in a pretty womp-y state. But it doesn't have to be like that. Here's what to do the next time your orgasmia, as well as how to help prevent it from happening in the future. In the moment sometimes you're simply over it, and sometimes you're feeling more determined. If you're close to the finish line, don't lose your momentum just because he's already climaxed. If you're already turned on, you can still masturbate to finish yourself off, says sexologist and sex coach Betty Dobson. Though you could do it under the covers or while he's in the bathroom, there's no shame in your solo sex game. Just tell him you didn't quite reach the finish line, but you think you can still make it. We're guessing that most guys will find it pretty hot, and they might even learn a thing or two. In the moment, let's be frank, any guy worth your while should be interested in helping you get off. Ask him to assist you in reaching the finish line with his hand or a vibrator, says Dobson. Just be prepared to give him some clear directions, since some guys don't know the kind of pressure, motion, or position we need in order to reach the sweet spot. Which brings us to, in the moment, if you're still feeling determined after a failed attempt, there's no harm in trying again, says Dobson. This time, though, tell him exactly what you need to climax. Maybe it's more time, more lube, or more oral. Whatever it is, go ahead and say it out loud. In the moment, don't sweat it if you've been fooling around or doing the dirty for a while, and you're nowhere near O-Town. If that's the case, it might be best to give your lady bits a rest by switching to another erogenous zone, says Brandy Engler, Ph.D., psychologist, sex therapist and author of The Women on My Couch. If you're overstimulated, switch to another area, like your nipples or neck, and focus on your breathing. Engler also recommends squeezing your butt and leg muscles and releasing them to shake out tension in the area, which can set the stage to feel pleasure again. Prevent future flops before schooling your partner on foreplay or the G-spot. Take a second to examine your mindset. Having an orgasm can be a woman's version of performance anxiety, says Engler. So if you worry about it taking too long and feeling like it's work to orgasm, that will influence your attitude and ability to achieve big O. Prevent future flops. Let's be honest, you can't expect someone else to know how to turn you on if you don't know what turns you on, says Engler. To crack that mystery, consider your sexual fantasies. Do you think oral sex is hot? What about role playing or a little kink? You can also dive into some erotica to discover new ways to get you going. Prevent future flops. I think it's best to show him what to do during your romp, rather than telling him later, says Engler. If there's a lot more you'd like to add to your sex life than can be demonstrated in just one romp, take small risks every time you bang to expand on your sexual routine, she adds. No need to jump into a full-on dominatrix role tonight. Although, she says, for some, taking on a dom role can make it easier to tell your partner exactly what and where you want it. Just saying.